All right, all right, all right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Coming out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Freak.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
So for Chicago right now, Noah is out there with Portis, and it's Rose. Then there's Mirotic, and it's Moore in at the shooting guard position. 2 shots. And both free throws good for Sims.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg. That's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
Chicago shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting. You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Mirotic, makes it off the glass. Mirotic has got his first points in this one.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Now Moore. And the foul called on Freak. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Thomas Robinson. Ellington comes in for Bogdanovich. Freak's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Donald Sloan. Freak in at shooting guard. Young out there with Henry Sims. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Ellington in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Young. And another shot. And he lays it up and in. Young's got 7 points. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And that concludes the first.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. I like the number of assists we've racked up. That says a lot about the way we've been running our offense. And there's no reason we can't get more. Keep finding the open man. I did like the scoring punch we got off the bench. That heated things up for us when we had to have a little something extra. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for the Bulls. Etuan Moore comes in for Jimmy Butler. So for Chicago right now, at the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Etuan Moore's out there with Rose. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred...
And mark that bucket down, folks. That's the first career basket from Freak.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
To the paint. Here's Moore. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
And that one's good. And the Nets lead by 16.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith, and
he was putting passes on a platter for these guys, leading them straight to the basket for easy buckets.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's going to do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
The Nets on a road trip for this one, an interconference game today, looking for the win. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Here for the Warriors, Azili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly, but last season they were put up for sale. Surprisingly to some, Clark, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Freak in at shooting guard. Henry Sims out there with Robinson. Then it's Donald Sloan. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. Now here's Thompson. He's guarded closely. And again, no good by Golden State.
And for the Nets being put up for sale, a big part of it was they were a team that was supposed to compete for titles. And since the move to Brooklyn, they have had trouble going deep in the playoffs.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Steve Kerr had a few moments to share with me. He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson.
Good. One shot.
Nets trail by 6.
And you know, with Brooklyn, I don't think anybody wants to take over a team in a rebuild mode. I mean, that's what the Nets seem to be looking at for the next few seasons. They had their shot, went all in with some of their decisions, unfortunately came up short.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Young is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Jack in at point.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
There's Freak. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Here is Livingston. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. To the middle. Here's Bogut. Brooklyn with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Freak dishes to Lopez. Kicks it to Young. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Boy, I tell you what, I really love seeing Thaddeus Young shoot the ball. Left-handers always look a little sweeter stroking it like that.
0-1 near Iguodala as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
There's Freak. Goes up again. Lopez, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Livingston passes to Iguodala. Here's Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Pass to Freak. But 3. The Warriors pull it in. Iguodala's got 3 rebounds now in this one. There's the dish to Bogut. And that one's good. His 2nd basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Freak. We've reached the end of the...
Thank you, Kevin.
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. We've done a nice job of getting everyone involved in the offense. Our passing has been heads up and unselfish. That's something I'd like to see even more of. And maybe just as critical is to get a tighter grip on the ball next half. We wasted a lot of possessions because of turnovers. I know we're down, but I don't want that to dictate the speed we run our offense at. Good shots are the priority, not quick shots. It's been a struggle so far. That's one thing you don't need a coach to tell you. We got a whole second half to turn it around. Now get out there and compete.
And we welcome you back to the some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Barnes and Green are the forward set. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. And it's Spates.
Are you good, by the way? It's Blake.
So that's the group out there for Golden State. Thompson with the bucket.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Nets shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
And Green gets it to go.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Stolen by Thompson. .131 left here in the third quarter. And Green with the basket on the assist by Livingston. Livingston's got 5 assists tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Over to the wing. Nobody near Barnes. Second shot opportunity, and Spates gets it to go. Spates has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
Here's Freak, and Thompson sends it back. They're running, all going up court. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. And a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress. This is what they need to do in the second half to come out with the win. It's not the only thing, but when you convert free throws at the other end, you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to play solid defense against you.
And that one's good. Barnes.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And Sloan kicks to Freak. Here's Sloan. To the wing right side. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Kings. So for Brooklyn now, Freak in at 2-guard. Young out there with Henry Sims. Then there's Sergei Karasov. And it's Larkin in at the 1. Warriors shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here is Livingston, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Shoots from the elbow. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And it's the Warriors with the ball. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. It's Rush outside. Count that one.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Barbosa gets the bucket.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
And the foul called on Freak. Brooklyn's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Lopez outside. Shot to stop the run. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Golden State's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Offensive rebound. Here's Green. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
What a night so far for Green. He has 9 rebounds, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for the Nets. And both free throws good for Green. With the 2015 draft class, the big thing is how many guys are polished coming into the NBA. It's a good blend of raw talent and certainly skill.
Yeah, I like the way you said that. This class will always be headlined by the 2 big men, but there's a lot of value throughout the rest of the draft.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Well, Greg, for Thompson, last season an uptick in his free throw attempts and his assists, and Clark, a reflection of his activity with the ball in his hand.
He's a complete player, terrific offensive player, outstanding defensively as well, and what I like about him is he never lacks for confidence. He stays aggressive at both ends of the floor.
And that one's good. Freak.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Passes it to Curry. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Freak dishes to Lopez. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Lopez has got 9 points now in just the second half. Outside Curry. Pass to Iguodala. Golden State moving the ball around. No good from Bogut. Brooklyn's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Here's Freak. The shot is off. And Golden State will come the other way. Curry kicks to Thompson. Bogut with it. And Curry has it in the corner. To the middle. Thompson outside. Clock at 6. From past the arc, it's Curry. That time on the assist by Thompson. 14 points for Steph Curry.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
Freak kicks to Robinson. Inside from 11 feet away. And off the glass. That one's good. And that's 13 points for Freak. Golden State's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Curry kicks to Green. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Right side Robinson. Out left to the wing. Here's Freak. Green with the block. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Thompson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. Three-point play chance here. So it'll be Thomas Robinson shooting. That one on Thompson. Now Curry.
The NBA has done a terrific job of increasing its presence around the globe. I mean, what was once a national sport has become a global sport in a relatively short time. I think that'll continue to be the case as a larger international presence moves forward.
The NBA, it's undeniable, becoming a global game. It's reflected in the players. 1/4 of the league. That's amazing. 1/4 of the league now international players.
It's unreal. I mean, that number is going to continue to grow, I think, over the years. Last season, they had a game in Mexico, and events like that really help expand the popularity of the NBA. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Klay Thompson. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock, and he gets the bucket.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And that one's good. Freak.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here.
Yes, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Klay Thompson. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game up. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed.
What a life, eh, Freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad Mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell? And my mom says, yes, sirree, Bob, it was him. That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I going to throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me. So naturally, I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an F-O-F, friend of freak. Hey, well, check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're going to go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
But Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I got to tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up. I will see you guys in episode 4. I believe that's the rest of the cutscenes. I gotta get ready to go out soon. Because me and my stepbrother are gonna go out today. We're gonna go to a swimming pool, an outdoor swimming pool at nighttime. It's our gym where we exercise. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.